Hi, it's Tracy from Two Rocks Tarot with a beautiful walkthrough of an absolutely gorgeous deck called the Spiral Oracle. As you can see, the artwork on the box itself is absolutely exquisite. It's by Acc No, so it's one of those magnetic boxes that you just open up like that. So I'll just turn it onto the side so it sits in the box. It comes with the little spiral with a like booklet. It's got an introduction, so it's actually a collection of paintings that were created through her own hands. They differ in medium size and technique, and they span across many years of work. So some of the actual pictures are there of actual people that she knows. So it's got about how it works, talks a bit about the subconscious mind, synchronicity, the role of intuition in your readings, and then it goes on how to interact with the oracle itself. Her preferred method is, you know, taking out 3 cards, you know, the old, present, past, present and future sort of thing. You know, holding the cards, shuffling them, transferring the energy to the deck in space, knocking on it 3 times, that type of a thing. The conscious mirror, exterior acts as a mirror for our mind, where we see different qualities or aspects of our own being reflected back to us. So she's got questions to ask yourself is, what do you see? Like, for instance, they might say, I see a purple swirl and illuminated eyes. What do you feel? I don't feel anything. She also mentions about reading out loud versus reading quietly to yourself. Is that when you read to yourself, it's you're reading with your inner voice, so it remains on a mental plane. But if you outwardly use your voice, it reaches a material plane, the plane of concrete things, or the place where you make things concrete. That is, you bring those words to your material reality, taking the first step of your transformation. So what you say creates your reality, which is quite interesting, isn't it? Goes in a bit about how interpreting the cards, a message for you. So she's saying us, I hope this table's not wobbling too much, is that first we look at the cards and then we actually go and have a look and see what the book says, and they're all in alphabetical order. Now, I brought this deck from Tarotpedia. This is the first time I've ever brought a deck from there. I've known about them for many, many years, a company based in Queensland. And I love the little sticker that she put on there. This warm and friendly greeting is dropping by to say that you are fondly thought about and wished a happy day, which I thought was quite sweet. Also came with a $5 off your total purchase, which is valid until the 30th of September, which I thought was another really sweet thing to put in there. And then it also came with a tarot card sitting on the top. Now, this is an interesting thing. So it's actually the Sun card, but before I show you, and I think it might be the Panda Tarot, I'm not too sure, but it says, recall your youth, engage in fulfilling and sustaining activities, take joy in all you do, and allow yourself to enjoy your success. And then that's the actual free card that came with it, with a mother and child. Now, as I'm filming this video, I'm going to be heading off on Mother's Day to hopefully make it in time to see my mother before she passes away. So she's basically hasn't got long to live. And to have that actual card and that message when I opened the box today, today's the 6th of May, was absolutely outstanding. Because as you can imagine, I've been remembering all sorts of things from when I was a kid, and things that I shared with my mother. And I was thinking about when my oldest daughter was born, who is now 34 and got 5 children of her own, how she used to come up by the bus, because Mum doesn't drive, and she used to come up by the bus, and, you know, we'd spend the day together and we used to have a lot of fun together. So, you know, there's a lot of memories that I've been experiencing, and I just thought how synchronicity to have that card actually turn up is absolutely amazing as a gift. It was just a free gift. So yeah, that sort of blew me away. So let's get into the actual deck itself. Now, I should say too that the box itself is a beautiful rose petal finish. Now, I know a lot of people don't like rose petal finish. I myself don't mind it. Now, I haven't actually shuffled this deck, so it's still in alphabetical order. But having saying that, there was another card. So when I got it, so these are the backs. Okay, so it's quite good quality card stock. Having saying that, when I got this deck, it was wrapped up in the paper band that usually comes with it, but there was a loose card sitting on the top. So another, and when I come to that card, I'll share it. So here we've got a new sprout, and so as you can tell, the artwork, look at that. It's just absolutely stunning. I actually saw this deck on a Facebook group that I'm in. I think is it Australian Tarot Buy, Swap and Sell, and somebody said they just received it. I took one look at it and I thought I have to have it. It's just beautiful, isn't it? It's an absolutely beautiful deck. Actually, what I can do is I can just lean it up. Why didn't I even think about that? I'm not really with it, I suppose. I'm trying to take my mind off my mother, so let's just lean it up against that beautiful feather there. That might be the best thing to do. I think you can, yeah, that's better. Everyone can see it there. So, you know, so when you're looking at this card, for me, the first thing I noticed was the hummingbird, and it almost looks like the pink ribbon is singing, and it's coming from the heart chakra. So a new sprout, you know, when my mum passes, it's going to be a new way of living for me, isn't it? We all know that our parents are going to pass away. I mean, she's 91. She's had a good life, but still, like when I was talking to a lady, because today I went and got my flu shot, she said it doesn't matter how old people are when they pass. It's sad, and it is. But it's going to be a new way for her. She's going to come into her spiritual self, isn't she? So when I looked at that, and funny enough, we get a lot of hummingbirds where I live. There's a hummingbird that's absolutely fascinated with one of my plants. It was always, you know, it's got sort of these little orange flowers all year round. It always comes and sits on the chair. But to me, it's just that ribbon of love, and that, you know, the spiral, the rainbow. I think it's just an awesome deck. I'm not going to go through the whole, you know, like saying everything. So here we've got alignment, I should say. But as you can see, the art, I should have mentioned there is nudity. The artwork is superb. I love this ancestral warmth. I think that's beautiful. Sometimes when we go within, we can sense our ancestors, can't we? Becoming world. Center. Actually reminds me of that. When I look at that, reminds me of when I scribe the crystal ball, you know, looking in the center of it, seeing what secrets it's going to reveal. Certainty. Children of light. As you can see, it's just, it's stunning. It's probably one of the most stunning decks that I've got, just in the art. Like, I really love the Phalakos Tarot, but as an oracle deck, I think this is just it's just gorgeous. My words, I can't really say anything, so we'll just keep continuing to look at it. As you can see, there's lots of things too. When you really look at the card, there are things that you see later. So I've only had a quick glance through it just to make sure all the cards were there. But there is, yeah, you see things later on when you look at it. And what I really love, what I absolutely love is in the book she describes is that when you look at a card, how it will mean something different. So say we got this one, Cool Forest Shade, today. And funny enough, as I actually read that and look at that, I'm having a hot flush. So, but if I look at that tomorrow, and how she says is that the same card will have different meanings when you pull them. And that's why I always have trouble, you know, on various tarot groups when they say, oh, you know, what does the Three of Cups mean? You know, it means something different every time you look at it. And when she said that in her book, I thought this is somebody who knows what she's talking about with the art that she's creating. It's absolutely true. It's just absolutely stunning. Cosmic Uterus, isn't that gorgeous? So we have sometimes some of them are black and white, not a lot, but yeah. Dance of Heartbeats, I love it. it's different, isn't it? It's just beautiful. The cats are really going to town. Must have something out there. So I apologise if you can hear it. Everything is connected. I love it. Funny enough, when I looked at this card, you know what I thought? Because it looks like they're putting on a hat. It reminded me of the Ku Klux Klan. And then when I read everything is connected, of course, those type of people don't realise that, isn't it? That we are all connected, no matter what colour our skin is, nationality we are, or whatever. We are all connected through spirit and through the world around us. And it's a pity people don't realise that, so the world could be at peace. Flow, I absolutely love that card too. I think it's just a visually stunning deck. I really do. The Flower of Life. Healing Path. This very much reminds me of the Triple Goddess for me personally. I am Source. I think that's sometimes a lot of people forget that we need to look for the light within ourselves and not necessarily look to a deity to provide that light for us. We need to find it within ourselves, and then you know. And this reminds me of a rib cage, like he's actually standing in a rib cage. And for me, this represents that, it even looks like lungs now that I look at it again. And you can see how it's all like tight bands around it. You know, what is it that you are trying to release? What are you trying to expel from your life? What real you is trying to actually break out from within you? Which is actually beautifully shown. I've just got the Phalakas Tarot out, you know, being something within you being released. In transit. It's a little bit of a rude one, this one. Incorporate. They're just such, I don't know, there's just something about this deck. I think this would pair well with the Phalakas. I'm sure of it. It will actually go really well with the Phalakas Tarot. I think it'll go well actually with the Voyager as well. I think the Voyager is going to be amazing with this particular one. Inner Sun, look at that. Just absolutely stunning. It's been a long time for me personally that I've been attracted to a deck. Enough to buy, but as soon as I saw, it was like with the Witch's Wisdom, I watched Boho Tarot doing a walkthrough of that. As soon as I didn't even get halfway through the video and I brought it. As soon as I saw this post on Facebook, I had a look. I had a look at it, found it cheaper. I got it through, like I said, Tarotopia. That's yeah, Tarotopia, I think is how you pronounce it. On Etsy, it was really, really expensive, but not so there. So it's just gorgeous, isn't it? I mean, just drinking that image. It's just, you know, there's so much. Actually, this cat here looks like our new cat Salt that we've got, who's the most naughtiest cat, I can tell you. Mother Nature. Just stunning. It's probably the most visual stunning deck that I own and that I've seen in quite a while. Open center, like that healing white light, just love it. And you know what I like about this? Now, I'm the person who doesn't particularly like eyes in a deck. Don't ask me why, they usually turn me off. But when I saw the eye in the hand like that, it reminded me of all of us tarot readers that are out there, or whoever does, whatever type of divination that you do. We look with our eyes before we choose a card or a deck or a rune or whatever it is. But a lot of us look with our hands. We feel with our hands. We see with our hands. Do you know what I'm saying? Like when I do spirit messages, I have to physically hold the card to sort of connect. I'm not only seeing with my spiritual eyes and my mind and visualizing things, but I need to hold it. I need to see it with my hand. And I just thought this an open channel. It's exactly when I do connect with spirit, how it feels like. And I don't even mind that she uses real people, because it's not, oops, I just hit the camera, sorry about the shake. It's just, it's not in your face, you know, it's beautiful. Now, that is the card that was loose and sitting on top of the deck. That was the card, Pure Medicine. Now, last Monday, that's just gone, so today's the 6th, I actually went into the hospital. I've had a swelling on my neck, and I was feeling like a couple of squishy little lumps, and I was quite nervous about that the cancer had come back, and I had got a scan on my neck. I did go to the oncologist, and the nurse had a quick look of it and said it might be a blood clot, to go and get it scanned. So I didn't get home till 8:30. So I was there from 10:30 in the morning, and I got home at 8:30 at night. It was a long, long day. But the doctor was 99.9% sure it's not cancer. It's just my lymph nodes were slightly raised. A month and a little bit over a month before that, one of my kittens scratched me on my neck. And I suppose because my immune system is still a little bit low, it's sort of flared up. But to have the Sun card, to have this, and the message on it about, you know, recalling your youth with what's happening with my mother. And then to have Pure Medicine, because I think, I know the card of my day on the Monday was actually the Gift of Trees from the Shining Tribe, which actually shows a tree with the snake as the cadeus on, you know, 2 snakes going up. So, of course, I spent the day in hospital. And Pure Medicine is a reminder for me it's just how much my spirituality helped me in getting well. And trusting in the doctors, you know. My intuition said that the cancer hadn't come back, but unfortunately with cancer, when you have it, you've always got that playing in the back of your mind, okay? I'm going to be honest, you do. You really, really do. And I've had somebody that I know who had a fall, broke their arm, and found out that they went through the same thing I did, a mastectomy many, many years ago. I found out that they got stage 4 lung cancer and only 2 months to live. So, and actually this person is actually using some Aboriginal medicine known to help cancer patients. So to have the Pure Medicine is not to, you've got to work with the, you know, you have to work with the doctors, you know. I mean, I take everything, I do everything that I'm told to do, but you know, the medicine is toxic, you know. If somebody who's healthy has chemo, it'll kill you, okay? But you need it. You need it to, you know, kill everything that's in your body. But unfortunately, of course, it kills your good cells. So Pure Medicine is this for me, and to have that card out, you know, sitting there on the top. The first thing that I saw, I couldn't believe it, because after I looked at that, I opened the book and it says alphabetical order, and I said, wait a minute, that must be a message from me. So to have that sitting there, and the snake is that I've unwound, you know. You could say that this dark bit here was the cancer that is gone, because it's come up in the rainbow, it's come up in the snake. I've shed it, okay. I do know there's a dragon there. I do know one of my spirit guides is an actual dragon. I've got a picture of elephants in my house, in my eating area. I've got elephants in this room as well. I absolutely love it. I've got a picture of Ganesh. So that's another symbol there for me. And that's telling me that all the medicine, the modern medicine that I've taken, of course, has killed the cancer, but not to forget the purer side of it, the spiritual side of things, and how much which I haven't, but it was just like a gentle reminder. And I don't know, I hope I'm not babbling on too much, but it just blew my mind to have that card out there. You know, just sitting there like that. It's, yeah, I don't believe in coincidences. That's one thing I've learned. Don't believe in coincidences. There's always a reason. And this actual particular woman, she reminds me of, you know, nothing Jon Snow. She's got, you know, she looks like her, who is his wife in real life. But aren't they just beautiful? Absolutely beautiful. I just love it. I'm going to spend some time. I'm going to be Googling the artist and have a look at what she does. Stella Embrace. That's really lovely too, isn't it? I mean, they're all lovely. I can't say there's nothing. Stories of my mother. Temple of Love. Oops, Oops, that's a bit graphic. That I didn't realise that. I'll put a warning nudity in here. It's quite graphic, but I think it's beautifully done. I really, really do. The journey. Oops. I love this one, the sacred feminine. See, I've just noticed a skull then. A lot of uteruses in here, but the sacred feminine is beautiful, isn't it? We are a part of our mother, our grandmother, how we all go down the line. All their blood runs in us, doesn't it? Oops, that's two stuck together. This one is treasure. Really to treasure yourself when you look at that, isn't it? And then the wholehearted bridge. I think that's absolutely beautiful too. I couldn't pick a favourite card because I think they're all gorgeous. Winter sowing. And I think that's the last. No, that's not the last one. And then witness of beauty. So let's see how they shuffle. Let's see if I can do this without knocking everything out. So actually, I don't think I'll be able to really show you, but they actually shuffle beautifully. So let's do a shuffle. Let's see if we can get a collective message for all of us, eh? At this moment in time. So they shuffle well. They're very large. But in saying that, the Witch's Wisdom cards are large, and I have trouble shuffling them because they're wide. These being narrow, they actually shuffle quite well. They don't tend to clump together. A little bit of clumping, that's because it's a new deck. I think once it's been shuffled a few times, it's already starting to loosen up. It's going to be beautiful. I think this is going to be something that I'll be using every day. I don't know if I'll meditate on the card all day, if I'll use it for a week. I'm not really sure how. So let's see if we can get a collective message. You know, what do we all need to know? There we go. That one just popped right up. Oh, treasure. We need to treasure ourselves, don't we? We need to treasure the small moments. But let's have a look what it says in the actual book. So they're alphabetical order. So treasure, oh, they're coming out straight away. So, where was I? Everything was dark back there. My body had no strength anymore, and my food tasted of emptiness. Actually, that was exactly like what you feel like when you're going through cancer treatment. Exactly. Where is the water to hydrate my dreams? It's here, something inside me started to scream. Before I could not recognize the sunrise because I had no experience with the darkest night. Oh my God. This really speaks of what you feel like when you're going through cancer, hey? And I kid you not, it just popped out. I'll just read that again. Before I could not recognize the sunrise because I had no experience with the darkest night. Now, I've been through some dark shit, but I think that would probably be the darkest. I felt the density of my body, my emotions and my past. I had to accept all of it and let it go. I can now understand that the way back to myself is a journey of internal beauty, and I am amazed and overwhelmed observing this path. I have just discovered the most beautiful wonder. Or is it the very first time that I have really seen the diverse beauty of a rainbow? How many surprises are there waiting for me? Honour my path. Nothing happens by chance, and the road travelled is just perfect. I release the guilt associated with my past. I am now present. I embrace who I am, and I am thankful for my learnings. Thank you, life, for my new blank page. Oh my God, that is just... oh, that's just blown my mind, that message. Absolutely blown my mind. And the interesting thing is here, it's almost, I know this is a side view, but you kind of, when you have lymph nodes out, they used to take it out from your armpit. They don't anymore. They take it out, well, my surgeon did, out along my mastectomy scar. So you could say... oh, I don't know. I can't even express how much that means to me, what I just read. It just says it all. It just absolutely says it all. And you really do, like, I know, you know, I've been spared for a reason, but I'm still trying to process what that reason is, I suppose is the best way to say it. So I'll leave it there. The most beautiful deck that I've had the honor to own. I haven't felt this I can't even speak, and it's probably because I'm going through so much at the moment, but I just wanted to share this deck with everybody because it's gorgeous. Until next time, take care everyone, and treasure yourself.